Raceview Network's Weekend Wrap-Up is sponsored by the Oklahoma Quarter Horse Racing Association and by the American Quarter Horse Association.
Hi, I'm Jim Byers, and thanks for joining us for this edition of the Weekend Wrap-Up. We'll visit a variety of tracks this week and offer more video from Evergreen Park in Grand Prairie, Alberta, which hosted two more Bank of America Racing Challenge events. Let's begin at Indiana Grand, which offered 3 stakes on Saturday. First up, the Woodard Memorial for 4-year-olds and up at 400 yards. The purse is $90,600 for these Indiana breds. A pair of trials August 13th set the field, and topping the qualifiers is 9-5 second wagering choice Stinkin' Rich, a 2-time Futurity winner at Indiana Grand in 2014. The other trial winner, Beach Cartel, has won almost everything possible at Indiana Grand, and he's the even money favorite.
And they're off in the Woodard Memorial Classic. Good start for Beach Runner along the inside as it's Beach Cartel, who's also right there. And towards his inside there is Absolute Teller. Outside to Stinkin' Rich, who's closing in. As they come down to the finish, Beach Cartel, Stinkin' Rich defeats Beach Cartel.
It comes down to the two headliners, and from the outside, Stinkin' Rich gets the better of Beach Cartel, with WH designed by Dash Third on the muddy surface. Stinkin' Rich wins for the 6th time in 13 starts. For owner-breeder Carolyn Bruce, the winner is a gelding by One Famous Eagle, trained these days by Matt Frazier. Rolando Pina, the jockey. The time a rapid 19.528 seconds, a 104 speed index. Saturday's quarter horse racing at Indiana Grand wrapped up with a Futurity worth more than $192,000, and owner-breeder Carolyn Bruce once again had the fastest qualifier, just as in the Woodard Memorial. This race is the QH RAI Stallion Service Auction Futurity at 350 yards. Bruce's top qualifier, CB Come Fly With Me, is not only a stablemate of Stinkin' Rich, but she's also his half-sister. In this one, CB Come Fly With Me is number 8, and she's 3-10 in the wagering.
They're off. Good enough start for Come Fly With Me, who jets out for the front end. Who's Your Daddy's also up close early on. Then towards the inside, that's Crystal's Fighter. But as they come down to the finish, it's Come Fly With Me. Come Fly With Me soars to the finish.
The official margin is 1.25 lengths, but CB Come Fly With Me is the handiest of winners under Rolando Pina, who won 2 of Saturday's 3 stakes in Shelbyville, Indiana. A daughter of the multiple stakes-winning Oklahoma-bred Desirio, CB Come Fly With Me improves to 3 for 5 for Carolyn Bruce and trainer Joe Davis. WRS Who's Your Daddy is a clear second, with Trace Sace Delight third. The time 17.594 seconds. In the Texas Hill Country east of Austin, there's horse racing for a few weekends every summer. The Gillespie County Fair in Fredericksburg has 8 days of racing spread over 4 weekends in July and August. One of their primary races is the very last one of the meeting, which wrapped up on Sunday, the Gillespie County Fair Futurity. The distance is 350 yards, and the purse $146,350. An interesting winner here is the filly Catharsis, number 2, takes it by a nose over the 4 Flying Red Corona and race favorite Ardor. Trained by Jose Sanchez for owner Emmanuel Villarreal, Catharsis is a Texas-bred daughter of American Runaway out of All About Ease, making her a half-sister to this year's Ed Burke Million winner, Hazak. Bobby Cox, the winning breeder, and Eddie Sanchez, the jockey. The time for the race, 17.67 seconds. Coming up, we'll have video recaps of a pair of racing challenge events from Evergreen Park, plus stakes winners from Los Alamitos, the Fairgrounds, Indiana Grand, and the Downs in Albuquerque.
You're not just my horse. You're my family. I may hold the reins, but you hold my heart.
On Sunday in Grand Prairie, Alberta, it was deja vu for KR Streak Inversion in the Evergreen Distance Challenge. For the second straight year, this Montana bred qualifies from this regional for the championship of the 870-yard division in the BOA Racing Challenge Series. On Sunday, he was heavily favored and justified his backing.
KR's Street Conversion. Is anyone going to catch him? It is going to be KR's Street Conversion for the victory.
Under Freddie Fuentes, KR Street Conversion earns a 102 speed index, traveling the distance on a track labeled muddy in 45.474 seconds. Sixth in last year's distance championship at Lone Star Park. KR Street Conversion is a gelding by latest version, bred by Hermstead, Perry, and Kyler, and owned by Marvin Christensen and Richard Aldoff. Lori Ferguson trains. Now a 12-time winner from 32 starts, the Evergreen Distance Challenge was the third straight win for KR Street Conversion. Some horses stretch out to longer distances after showing promise as youngsters in straight races. KR Street Conversion, for example, qualified for the 2013 Challenge Championship at Los Alamitos. He ran 10th behind Vodka with Ice and Cold Cash 1-2-3. Evergreen Park is notable for being one of just 2 tracks to have qualifying events in all 5 divisions of the Racing Challenge Series. And on Sunday, it hosted the current crop in the championship division in the BOA Evergreen Championship Challenge. 440 yards the distance for these 3-year-olds and up. 7-5 favorite has post 3, Tiny Flying Corona, who's run 3rd or better in 17 straight starts.
Good start for Cruising for Bruising on the inside lane. Tiny Flying Corona trying to stay with them. Down at the front of the track, or bottom of the track, Mal's first down, trying to make a move as well too. Cruising for Bruising though, and Tiny Flying Corona going to be the battle here. It will be, I believe, Cruising for Bruising.
A driving finish goes to Cruisin' for a Bruisin' under Jose Rocha by a neck to Mal's first down and Tiny Flying Corona. A 4-year-old Alberta-bred gelding, Cruisin' for a Bruisin' has long been a standout in Alberta racing and now owns 11 wins and 23 in the money finishes from 27 outings. Bred and owned by Barry and Janice Sather and trained by Janice, Cruisin' for a Bruisin' is a son of the Oklahoma-bred First Timber. The time 21.929 seconds, a 101 speed index.
Oklahoma Quarter Horse Racing Association encourages the breeding and ownership of Oklahoma-bred horses, promotes and protects racing opportunities in the state, and represents our members' interests at the state capitol. Learn more at oqhra.com.
Raceview Network's Weekend Wrap-Up is sponsored by the Oklahoma Quarter Horse Racing Association and by the American Quarter Horse Association.
So that's all for this week. Be sure to follow our other series, the AQHA Racing Challenge Update, for a full review of all challenge races and qualifiers. Our next edition will be out around the 1st of September. I'm Jim Byers. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back next week right here on the Weekend Wrap-Up.